Welcome to this guided meditation. My name is Celia, and I will be facilitating this experience for you. I am posting this on my podcast, Worthy of Love, but I'm going to skip adding in any intro or outro music to not take away from this experience. But I hope that you subscribe to the show and come back for more. I also want to give a little disclaimer to not listen to this meditation while you are driving or operating heavy machinery. Now, I invite you to begin by finding a comfortable place to sit down and to flutter your eyes closed. And without changing your breath, I invite you to see if you can settle into your breath. Just noticing when you're breathing in, noticing when you're breathing out, and surrendering to that. Noticing that natural rhythm. And then very gently now, deepening your breath, starting with your exhale, your next exhale. And then deepening your next inhale. And just very gently letting each breath lengthen, breathing deeper, slowing the breath down. And as you breathe, seeing if there's any way you can relax your body even more. Noticing if there might be any parts of the body that are tense or tight. Seeing if even just by a sliver of a hair, you can use your next exhale to let some of that tension go. And then I invite you to come to a natural rhythm with your breathing, meaning you're not forcing yourself to breathe deeply or slowly. Just allow your body to breathe on its own. And then, as your eyes are closed, I'm going to guide a little visualization for today's meditation. I invite you to imagine that you are walking in a lush, safe forest. As you walk, taking in the sights, smells, sounds, noticing what season it might be in this lush, safe forest. And as you're walking through this forest, you notice a body of water. So you walk down to it, and this body of water is a lake. As you walk down to the lake's edge, you now have an open view where you can see this big, gorgeous, clear lake that's lined with forest. You're in this lake in the middle of this lush, safe forest, and it is absolutely beautiful. And as you take in this view, I invite you to notice how this feels in your body. If you really try on that you really are here in this beautiful nature setting, what response is arising in your body? Now, while you are at this lake, ever so gently, a magical queen appears before you. This is your inner queen, the part of you that knows that you are worthy of love and worthy of everything that you desire. Notice how your inner queen comes through for you. Is she walking along the lake edge too? Is she approaching you on a small boat? Is she swimming? Is it something else? It's noticing how this inner queen, this worthy queen, is making her presence known to you. And then she sits down and invites you to sit in front of her. And as you take your seat in front of your inner queen, notice, how does your body feel in her presence? Notice, what can you observe about this inner queen of yours? What is she wearing? What's her posture like? What is her facial expression? And if you haven't done so already, say hi. Noticing, how does she respond to you saying hello? And then as you are here sitting in this lush, safe forest by the lake with your inner worthy queen, I invite you to ask her, what message does she have for you today? Maybe saying it out loud in the space that you're in right now. What message do you have for me? And noticing what comes up. Allowing whatever is coming up or whatever isn't coming up to be okay and to be a part of your practice for today. And you can feel free to pause this if you need more time. Maybe your inner queen is very talkative right now. But if you're ready to move on, also asking her, what advice do you have for me in this moment? And again, noticing what comes up, allowing whatever does come up or doesn't come up to be okay. And then again, feeling free to pause if you need more time. And the last question I will offer you to ask her to close this out, is there anything else? Is there anything else that she wants to say to you while you are here with her? Again, feeling free to pause if you need more time. If you're ready to move on, go ahead and tell your inner queen thank you. And then you are going to get up. You're both going to get up. And your inner worthy queen is going to walk away and go back on about her day. Noticing how that shows up for you. And then you're walking through the forest again. This lush, safe forest. And then you slowly begin to come out of this process. Really taking your time to, I always like to invite people before they open their eyes to tuck their chin. So tuck your chin to your chest and then open your eyes so that when you do open your eyes, you're looking down at your own body first. And just taking a moment there to be like, hi, hello, and just taking a moment to notice the body you're in. And then very gently lifting your chin to look around the space you're in, noticing the room that you're in. And then very gently take your time, take all the time that you need to go on with the rest of your day. Feel free right now in this moment if you want to grab a journal and maybe jot a few things down that you remembered that your inner queen said to you. And I also invite you to come back to this practice again. This is a practice that can look completely different every time. This is a practice where sometimes absolutely no words will come up, and sometimes a lot of words can come up, and then everything in between can show up. You might come back to this practice again and start to develop a stronger relationship with your inner queen. And the reason why I wanted to put this practice here in the very beginning of this podcast is so that this connection with your inner queen, this part of you that knows that you are worthy of love and worthy of all that you desire, is a part of you that you can take with you in this journey together for this podcast and for what you will learn and what you will listen to on this show. Thank you so much for practicing with me. And if you happen to be listening and you are in the Cincinnati, Ohio area, I do host private women's circles where I do practices like this. So if that happens to be something you're interested in, that link is in the show notes. All right, that is all. Thank you so much. Bye.